Stop guessing which UAD preamp will give you that $1 million sound. Is it the Neve 1073, the Manley VoxBox, or is it the free ones that they gave you? I've been producing and engineering with Universal Audio interfaces for 2 years now. I've dropped some serious cash on this stuff, and I've learned one cold, hard truth. Most of the industry standard plugins are actually overhyped. Today, I am ranking your list of Universal Audio Unison preamps. Let's go. From the Neve and the Manley heavyweights to the SSL and the underrated Century Tube. From S tier, the undisputed GOAT, all the way down to D tier, the ones you should actually just skip and save your money and save your DSP. This isn't just a features review. This is my taste, my personal experience, and what I've learned from doing hundreds of mixes using the Universal Audio ecosystem. And trust me, the one you think is S tier might not even come close. So let's get started. Welcome back everyone. My name is Marty, and before we get started, we need to lay down some ground rules. My style is mainly pop, and sometimes I like to do rap just for fun. For my vocals, a preamp must excel in 3 areas. This is my measuring stick for S tier. Number 1, vibe and character. How much analog mojo, tube character, solid state punch before I even add any EQ to Unison Magic? How well does it interact with Apollo's input impedance and gain staging? Does it feel like I'm driving real iron and tubes? 3, versatility. Can I use this on a soft ballad or aggressive rap? A true S tier plugin shouldn't be a one-trick pony. All right, criteria set. Let's work our way up all the way from the bottom. D tier, the skips. These are the plugins that just don't earn your DSP. Helios Type 69. This one kind of hurt. When I was in that era of chasing the 60s and 70s rock sound, that's the one I looked for. But on vocals, it was too much low, mid build up, way too fast. The preamp throws a bit of a blanket over 200 and 400 hertz.
I got 1 foot front of the other, gas can't feel to the brim. You got 1 foot front of the other, hair blowing back in the wind. You say you don't recognize me, but you don't know where I've been. I got 1 foot front of the other, gas can't.
And if you need a vintage vocal mix, this one forces an EQ to be added way too early. I find it better to be suited for drums or bass. For a vocal that needs to sit on top of the mix and stand out, the Helios forces you to scoop out a good chunk of the low mids, which kind of defeats the purpose of a preamp. So D tier, it goes. API Preamp 212L. Let me be clear, API is great. I actually like it. But if you're buying this specific one just to get the API sound, it's not it. The older model is a bit sterile compared to the channel strip which they have. I just find myself pushing the gain far too high just to get that API sound. And we really only get like a hint, just a touch. And sometimes it feels a bit non-existent. It's too clean, too linear, and it doesn't have a vibe. So for this, I'm putting this in the D tier for vocal tracking. Save your DSP and get the full channel strip later. C tier, niche and overrated. These are good tools, bad value, limited versatility. These preamps work, but they're too expensive or they're too specialized to justify taking up that one preamp slot. Avalon VT-737SP. Well, it's the infamous 737. Every bedroom producer's dream right? It honestly sounds exactly like the hardware, the one that you put in the rack. Clean, transparent, and beautiful, but also kind of boring. It adds thickness in the low mids, which is great for a thin sounding vocal.
Well, take it or leave it, keeps me wondering, what do I know? Am I still dreaming? Is it deja vu? Have I been here before?
As a preamp, it lacks the harmonic complexity of something like a Neve or a Manley. It's a great mixing channel strip, but for what I do, which is mostly vocals in my bedroom, it's not really fit for me. I want mojo. If I'm paying premium Universal Audio price tag, then I want the best of the best. I want vibe. This is too shy and too polite to be a preamp. So this is going in my C tier. Next up, the SSL 4000E channel strip. This is the sound of punchy, tight 80s and 90s rock and pop. The preamp is incredibly clean and designed for the massive headroom of a large format console. I'll share with you a story. I used to have an SSL2 audio interface, and that had the 4K emulation. I'm fairly sure this is a similar thing, but that SSL button with the 4K emulation never stayed on. I just didn't like it. And the problem for Unison, this SSL preamp is designed to be very clear and crisp and transparent, so you can add the legendary compressors and the EQs on top of that. That way, you can define your sound. If your goal is to add vintage character to your sound via the Unison slot, I'm sorry man, but this ain't it. It's a fantastic utility strip, but it is a disappointing character preamp. So this is gonna go in the C tier because I rarely use it for the preamp sound alone. Well, let's move on to the B tier, the workhorses. These are the great utility players, and I respect these plugins deeply. They are effective, versatile, and I do find myself using them every now and then. But they do just lack that one special thing that hinders them from being up in the big leagues. UA 610B tube preamp and EQ. The 610 is an absolute legend, and it's free. Like, you get it with an Apollo. It really is pure round tube saturation. It adds that low mid warmth and that beautiful high-end roll-off. There is one caveat though. I call it a one-trick pony. It can sound a bit strange if you push it too hard, and it lacks a bit of focus or upper mid presence for a vocal to really cut through a dense mix. I'm putting this in the B tier. It really is a perfect starter preamp. It's a workhorse, but it's not a champion. Next up, Sentry Tube Channel Strip. This is Universal Audio's very own design, and it's built heavily on a 610 influence. It's basically a stripped down, lightweight tube channel strip for Apollos that have limited DSP.
Now babe, you're the one that I'm always thinking of, only girl that I crave. You're the one I could never live without, so I need you to stay. Nobody's gonna love you like I do, 'cause girl I crave you. Girl I crave you.
And for me, I use an Apollo Solo. I was actually surprised as how little DSP it used. I'm gonna put this in the B tier. It is the ultimate efficient tracking tool. You get a tube pre, a simple optical compressor, and you also get a 2-band EQ for very low DSP. The preamp section is smoother and less aggressive than the 610, but still adds warmth. It's fantastic, but because it's a hybrid / original design, and not an emulation of a true hardware legend, it stays in the B tier of pure character preamps. Next up, V76 Tube Preamp. If the 610 is a blanket, then the V76 is a silk scarf. It's clean, but with an amazing texture. It's got a brilliant, very subtle, high-end roll-off that just works. It's beautiful, and it's wonderful for high-end microphones. For example, when I slap it on my Neumann, which is a condenser microphone, it sounds great. I use this for when I want to do a slow song, a smooth 70 or 80 BPM song. When I record those types of songs, I want to take advantage of the smooth tube sound, which is so sophisticated. And I don't have to carry the low-mid baggage of the 610. It's beautiful, but it really is too specialized to be classified as an S tier. So I'm putting this in the B tier. Let's move into A tier, the elite. These are the near perfections. We are now in the big leagues. These are the preamps that are genuinely fantastic. And I would say they could even be in the S tier, depending on the singer. First one, API Vision Channel Strip. This is the sound of aggressive, tight sounding pop and rock. If the Neve is beef, this is punch and clarity. Remember the 212 I was talking about earlier? This Unison preamp is a different animal compared to the other one. It is aggressive, solid state iron. So why is this A and not S? The API Preamp character is strong. It's full of upper-mid aggression. It's perfect for a rock vocalist or an aggressive, tight rap delivery. And I honestly think it will help you fight for your vocals on a dense track. But on a delicate acoustic performance, I find myself searching for something a bit more smoother. It's great, but it's not a perfect all-rounder. Next up, the Neve 1084 preamp with EQ. Here we are, the 1084. It shares the same Class A preamps as the 1073. Weight, girth, and a luxurious top-end sheen.
'Cause you're not the one. I got all the proof in my cheeks. You're not the one. You've already broken my heart, my dear. It's time I'm letting go of you.
Why is the 1084 A tier? It's almost S tier, but unlike its older brother, the Neve 1073, when I compare them side by side, the 1073 just sounds more balanced, especially when I want to turn the gain up a bit more. And given the microphone that I have, the SM7, I'll need to turn the gain up a little bit more than usual. The 1084 offers more EQ bands, but the preamp flavor is just edged out by the 1073. It's an elite, but not the king. Next up is the LA6176 channel strip. I love this plugin. It comes with the combined preamp of the 610 that we talked about earlier and the compressor of the 1176. I put it in the A tier, not because of the 610 preamp alone, which is actually B tier, but for its Unison preamp value proposition. Being able to track using the 610 and the 1176 all together in one preamp is huge. It's an instant classic vocal chain. It's A tier because it is a dedicated vocal chain. But it does have one thing that I don't like. The 610. It doesn't compete well enough compared to the Neve or the Manley based on pure character. Alright, we are going into the S tier now, the undisputed kings. These are the desert island plugins. If I could only have 2 Unison preamps for vocals, these 2 would be it. They deliver maximum vibe, versatility, and make tracking simply magical. First one, the Neve 1073 preamp and EQ. The Neve 1073 is the foundation of modern music. It's S tier because it is the perfect all-rounder. It's not the cleanest, it's not the most aggressive, but it is the most musical.
Silence we walk together, a broken path, a dotted line. This fighting becomes familiar.
This is where the magic is. It adds weight to the low end, focus to the mid-range, and a glorious, almost saturated high end that makes every vocal take sound expensive. I've used this on my work from making punk songs, making rap songs, making pop songs, making dance songs. Hell, Clean Bandit used this in their songs. When I'm in doubt, I use the 1073. It makes a cheap microphone sound good and a great mic sound legendary. All right, let's go to the last one, the Manley VoxBox channel strip. This is my other S tier champion, and it's here for one reason. It's the ultimate vocal cheat code. It's not just a preamp, it's an entire curated, bespoke vocal channel.
To keep the soul in wonder, the belly must have hunger. He needs the vultures. And every man needs an Everest, a mountain that he cannot climb. To keep the head humble, the hands from trouble, he can't be comfortable.
First thing I want to mention is the preamp vibe. The Manley preamp is clear yet velvety tube sound. It gives you the high fidelity sound of the 737, but with actual tube character and an upper mid presence that is beautiful and makes the vocal instantly clear and detailed. This is the S tier difference. I rank it alongside the Neve because it is so complete. I can load up the VoxBox into my Unison strip and just relax. 90% of my vocal processing is already done before a signal even hits my door. It's efficiency, it's quality, and it delivers a sound that's both modern and classic. It earns its DSP and its price tag. So undisputed S tier. And there you have it, my definitive S to D tier Unison preamps. Let's look at the full list one more time. S tier, Manley VoxBox, Neve 1073. A tier, API Vision Channel Strip, LA6176, and the Neve 1084. B tier, Century Tube, 610B, and the V76. C tier, SSL 4000E and the Avalon 737. D tier, Helios Type 69 and API 212L. Remember, this video and this ranking system is about my taste and my style. It's what works for me. The biggest takeaway having tried all these preamps is to not chase the name, but look into the details and chase the sound. I would say the 610 is probably better than the Avalon, and it's free. It might fit some people based on their voices, but if you want the best and you start with the Neve or the Manley VoxBox, once you try that, you will never want to go back. Now I want to hear from you. What is your UAD Preamp S tier and why? Did I disrespect the 610? Is the SSL your secret weapon? Drop a comment down below. I read it and respond to nearly all of the comments to the best of my ability. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more rankings like this, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. It genuinely helps grow my channel, and subscribe so you don't miss my other videos where I rank some UAD compressors. Thank you for watching, go make some music, and I'll see you in the next video.